We are currently looking at the SteriPen. It has had a couple of hours to charge, and you can see that the OLED indicator is showing the battery as being full, so therefore this device is fully charged, folks. Okay folks, let's talk about how to treat this water. This is some tap water that I found at my local source, whatever place I was at, restaurant, motel, whatever. Okay, so here's our SteriPen. We obviously know that this thing is fully charged, so we're going to get ready to purify this water. The water needs to be filtered. There might be debris in the water. So what I like to try to do is I like to try to come up with another container of the same size. So I have another 16-ounce container, and if this water had a bunch of debris in it, it would be important to pre-filter the water. The reason we want to pre-filter the water is because it'll make the purification step a little bit easier. One way that I like to pre-filter water is just a standard bandana over the collection bottle, just like this. I'm going to put like a little divot in there with my finger, so something like that. I'm just going to have a little divot, and very slowly I'm going to pour the water from one container into the other. Once this thing gets wet and it starts to go through, then the water flow will start to happen a little faster, and I won't have to sit here and wait all day. So again, I'm going to slowly pour this water through this little filter, pre-filter if you will. This could be anything. This could be your pants, it could be your t-shirt, your hat, it could be, like in our case here, a bandana, anything like that. So this is the pre-filter step. And again, the whole purpose behind this is to remove the sand, the dirt, the grit, the leaves, whatever might be in the water, dead bugs, whatever. We're just trying to remove all of the impurities out of the water. This is not going to make the water drinkable. It's just going to take the debris out. Honestly, this step for our situation right now is not really necessary because we had fairly good tap water, but in the event that you were getting water from a mud hole or something like that, or some shady, pond or something that might have looked dirty, that would have been a good process to do, is this pre-filtering. And I'm just about finished pre-filtering. You're going to lose a little bit of water. In other words, we started with 16 ounces, and after the pre-filter we're probably going to have just a little bit below what we actually had, because some of the water will soak into the bandana or the t-shirt or whatever material you're using. So don't be excited if you lose a little bit of water. Not that big of a deal, nothing to be too afraid of. Bandana is a good friend of mine when I'm out in the wilderness. I love having bandanas. If you overflow a little bit if you pour a little fast, it's alright. It is not going to hurt anything. Okay, so now we have this bottle empty, and we have this bottle full. 16 ounces of pre-filtered water. So from here, I'm going to take the bandana off. And just to show you, if the water was really dirty, we'd have all the debris sitting right here. And let's take a look and see how many layers of cloth we went through. I think we went through 4 layers. See that? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's pretty good filtration there. So now it's time to take our SteriPen, and since we're going to be doing a half of a liter, which is approximately 16 ounces, it says right here, again, half of a liter, right here, 2 clicks. So we're going to take the cap off. 1, 2 clicks. It says half a liter on the OLED display. Whoops, just went away. Okay, 1/2 a liter. See that? Now I'll put the probe down in, and you can see that the SteriPen has started a counter. it's telling me how long I need to remain filtering this water. And if you look down in the bottle, let me see if I can get you down where you can see that. Look down inside the bottle. You see that light inside? That's the SteriPen glowing inside the bottle. So what we want to do is we want to mildly stir the SteriPen in the water. Whoops, sorry about that. We're looking at our counter going down. 9 seconds, 8. We're just stirring it away. See the light in there? 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Look at that. We have a smiley face and we are treated. Our lamp life is good. Our battery is good. So we're set. From this point, we want to take a clean towel, something clean, some clean cloth, and we want to dry off the glass bulb of the SteriPen, just like this. And we want to put the cap back on. Make sure that the device has a chance to dry. And this water inside the bottle is now treated. Again, if you have any kind of water around on the threads, that water is not treated. So if you have anything going on there, take some dry cloth. You know, you can see what section of this was wet. Take the dry section and clean around the outside edge and get that residual water out. Same thing inside this cap. If there's any water in there, you want to take that off too, because you don't want to accidentally put any of that water in this treated water. Now this bottle of water is ready. It's set, ready to go. Okay folks, let's talk about another scenario. In this bottle I have 32 ounces of water. This is approximately 1 liter of water. I have an additional container that is clean, and I also have the SteriPen Fits All. This is a rubberized funnel, if you will, and inside the funnel it has a 0.4 micron filter in it. See? These little tabs right here, I don't know if you can see them, those little tabs basically go inside, and you twist it and the little tabs lock in place. Then you open the top, and since we're doing a larger bottle, I'm going to pop this thing apart, and the larger bottle goes there, just like so. Now I can take that 32 ounces of water. If this water was really dirty and full of debris and like mud water or something, and what I would do is I would pour this water into this pre-filter, and we're going to be doing basically the same thing that we did just a second ago, except we're not using a bandana, but we're using the SteriPen Fits All. If the water in this container did not need to be pre-filtered for any reason, maybe it was clear water out of the tap, we could put our SteriPen straight down inside, just like that, after we activate it to do 1 liter of water, and we could purify it that way. So I'm going to just continue to pour into the pre-filter until I get my water bottle to full. Again, I'm not trying to reiterate, folks, but it's important to open this valve, because if you leave this valve closed like that, what's going to happen, you see it's closed, what's going to happen is we're going to create a vacuum inside here, and the water will start backing up on us, and it'll stop going into the bottle. See that? See how the water is just stagnant? So we have to open this to let it breathe so that we can actually filter the water. So I'm just pouring it. You can see that this is a pretty quick process. If the water is like out of some frigid cold, you know, like icy conditions, that will plug up this pre-filter. So you'll need to warm the water a little bit and get rid of those ice crystals that might exist in there, because if you have those, the pre-filter is going to stop the water from flowing quickly. Another thing you want to think about is the amount of debris that's in the water. If you have a lot of debris in the water, obviously you might have to stop occasionally and wash this pre-filter out in the stream or whatever to clear the debris off of the filter, and then you can continue to pour if that's the case for you. At this point, we can pull this pre-filter off, kind of let it sit there and dry. Close the vent, obviously. See the vent there? Close it. Let this thing dry. Put it back together. And let's take a look and see how much water we have. We have approximately 1 liter. So 1 liter again is how many clicks? It's 1 click for 1 liter. See that? So we're going to take the lid off the SteriPen. We're going to click this baby once. That should say 1 liter. We're ready to purify 1 liter of water. Stick it in until the probes. You can see that it's counting down for us and the light is starting to illuminate. See that counter? See the light dancing around in the bottle down there? So we're just going to keep it submerged. We don't want to pull it out, because if we pull it out prematurely, it's going to give us a frowny face and it's going to say that our water is not purified. We pulled the probes out too soon. So in that case, we got to start the whole process over again. So the counter starts over again. See that? Counting down for us. 85 seconds. We're just going to stir it. You know, folks, I've used a lot of SteriPens, and this one is pretty much my favorite one. The simplicity of it, the way it's easy to understand, it's just a great device. So we're just stirring it around. You can see the light inside the water down there. See it? Let me bring it up and show you. See the water inside, and we still see the counter counting down, and we're just stirring away until the counter goes off. And this is basically, it's not killing anything like I mentioned earlier in the video. What this is doing is it's rendering the ability of the protozoas to reproduce in your stomach. It's rendering their ability to do that useless. So they can't do it. They can't reproduce in your body. Again, be careful that you don't accidentally pull the probes out of the water, otherwise you'll get a frown. Or in some of the other SteriPens, you'll get a red light, which says that your treatment was not successful. So it says we have about 15 seconds, which is pretty cool. You know, I really like this method because it's so simple. If you're going to use chemical treatments such as iodine or you know, chlorine-based tablets, those types of treatments take a lot of time because you have to sit there and let the water sit and let those things do their job. And the bad part about that is time, and it also makes your water taste funny. So we want to try to stay away from those types of treatments. This bottle of water, folks, is ready to go. This water has been purified and pre-filtered, so it's set. It's ready to drink.